It is March 18th, Monday, March 18th, 2019. It's about 1:18 right now, and my trading day is done. I'm going to show you 3 trades I had, losing trade, and I think you can see why it was a losing trade. It's right here right now, British American Tobacco. But I'll show you the 2 winning trades after that. I'm going to show you the scans I used to find them. And just a little heads up for anybody out there, I do use Trade Ideas scanners, and if you're interested in Trade Ideas but you don't want to yet make the plunge and pay for it, which you really should if you're going to be a day trader, I'm going to be live streaming my pre-market scans this week coming up. So I could show you the type of scans I use to find stocks in the pre-market to trade throughout the day, and you can kind of see, what Trade Ideas is about. If you're interested, and if you want me to put together a scan for you, I can do that and show it in the pre-market. Just let me know and I'll do that. Just ask in the comments. So first trade was BTI, which showed up in, this is the scan. This is my go-to scan now. I've been using it, and I've mentioned it in all my videos almost, which is this bouncing through VWAP. And it showed up early in the day. There it is. I think it was 10:40. What time did I get in? Yeah, I think I got in right when I saw it. It might have been showing up. Yeah, it showed up even at 10:32 right here. So I got in. You can see already why it was probably a bad move. But what happened is I got in, and it, this. I first should tell you what this bouncing through VWAP does. So this looks for stocks that are down on the day, at least down from their high of the day by a certain percentage. I can't remember what I tailored it to, but and then they're coming back through VWAP. So if they have enough relative volume, I have that as one of the parameters, and they're coming back through VWAP, then it's going to trigger. And this one triggered early, like here at 10:32, so right around here, and then it triggered again when I got in. And so I got in right here, but you can see it's not smooth. These are not tight candles. They're not moving up in a nice pattern at all. If you can see on this other 5-minute chart that has the 8 EMA, it's not really riding that 8 EMA very smoothly, which I like it to do. That gives you a better read of the stock. But in general, this wasn't even that bad of a trade, because you see I got in, and then it had a dip. You see it dipped right here at around 11:35, and I got out as soon as it broke through VWAP, but it didn't actually break VWAP completely. So it actually just tailed down, and then you see it rested above it. So it wasn't actually a bad. It was actually a bad exit, because I should have waited to see if it closed below VWAP. Because then look what happened. It got a little volume after that, and it bounced right back up. And I think I was trying to get it up at around or sell it around 490 or so, because I got in at 460. So I wanted at least a 30-cent gain, but it didn't. It hasn't done that yet. But you can see here, if I had just held off on exiting, I'd still be up a couple. Let's see, I'd be up about 10 cents right now, and I could just exit, with a small profit. But I just got too nervous here when it was dipping down. I saw this happening, and when the 8 EMA crosses the 20 SMA, that's a pretty significant sign that it's going to start going the other way. It didn't actually do that. You can see it just tipped it and came back up. So really, this was like a head fake that I bought into, and it was just I just managed it poorly. So that was the one bad trade of the day. I had 2 good trades. One showed up in my pre-market scan. I will be showing this in that live stream. I'll show it early in the morning when I open up, and I'll put it on there. I'm not sure if it's going to be Thursday of this week, maybe Friday. I'll start doing that. But it showed up. I think is it still here? Yeah, NIHD. Here we go. So that showed up in my pre-market scan. You can see why. So these are all daily candles. It started, this was yesterday, and then you can see it opened today down here at like 2, what the heck was it? It was like 225, right? So it shot up on the day. So I was almost thinking of looking to get in this as a long, but you see here on, this is where I always use the 8 and the 20 SMA chart, is on gappers, because it's really significant. So it moved up on the day, and then it started to level off, and then as it got close to the approaching 8 EMA, it started to use it as a resistance, right? And then I always wait to see what happens when the 20 SMA hooks up with the 8. Once they finally meet up, what happened here? And that's what I got in right here. I kind of jumped the gun. I should have waited a little bit and got in here, but it really didn't make a difference. So I got in here at 233, and then what happened? It kind of tailed down, right? Moved sideways and then dropped, and I got out. My first target was 215, and I was like, you know what, this is dropping pretty fast, and it's separating from this 8 EMA, the exponential moving average, 8. For new day traders, I think it's a must, really. So since it's separated so much from it, I got nervous and I said, you know what, I'm just going to take all my shares out at 215. So really not a huge, drop by any means in terms of dollars and cents, because I got in at 233 and I got out at 215. But look at this, is a $2 stock. So percentage wise, that's a huge percentage of a drop for that stock. I mean, obviously it's a huge percentage from the other day when it was up at 320 and it dropped all the way down to 230, So that's, it's basically, if you're looking at this, you can take more shares, obviously, because it's just a lower price stock, which I did. So 18 cents is really not it's not like a small amount if you're taking 10,000 shares, right? So you all have to, it's all relative to, your account size and the type of stock you're trading. But yeah, so this was nice, because then look what happened. I was justified in getting out right here, because it bounced right back up again. And then this 8 crosses 20. So who knows, this might actually end up being a long. But I'm done with it. $2 stocks, or I don't really trade anything below 5 very often in terms of day trading. Swing trading is a different story. I like to swing trade smaller stocks because you have a better chance of getting that, especially with like biotechs, getting that really big jump sometimes. So this was just a really quick trade. It wasn't that quick. Got an 11, got out at 12:20. So it was about an hour plus. But in terms of movement wise, it was more of a nice percentage mover than it was a big mover. So that was a nice win, and that again showed up in my pre-market scan. So that was the first nice trade I had for the day. And then the second one, which I really liked, I traded this the other day, and again showed up on my bouncing through VWAP scan. So this YUMC. Yeah, so here at 10:52, it first showed up on my bouncing through VWAP scan. Again, stocks that are down in the day, coming back with some volume and a nice smooth movement coming through VWAP. So I like this, because look what happened. YUMC was down on the day, came back, and then it pivoted off of the VWAP. So it rejected it once, right? Came back again and broke it. Then it retreated back to VWAP and then used it as support. See, this is crucial to understanding day trading, because these movements say it all. Down on the day, couldn't get through VWAP, right? That means buyers tried to break it through VWAP and they couldn't. Sellers started to take control again, right? Because they had control basically through the morning. Then buyers started bringing it back up, and you can see this dotted line is yesterday's close. That's also significant. So it kind of moved off of the close. Buyers started bringing it up, and they actually won and got it through VWAP. They got a little above VWAP, and sellers came in for these 3-bar pullback and said, we're going to try and bring it back down again. But what happened? Boom, little tail here, and it pushed back up. And that's when I got in, right here at 43.02-ish. Got in about 43.02. I put my stop at 42.90. I just put this here to show you where I was getting in and kind of where my range of targets was, between 29 and 42. So as soon as it did that, as soon as it used this as support again, I got in. Right, put my stop at 42.9, kind of tight. I was a little nervous about it because you can see here it even dipped down to 93, so it was pretty close to my stop. I really should have put my stop below VWAP, but I didn't want to risk. I wanted to take a lot of shares, and I didn't want to risk that much putting a stop that far down. So I got in, and then I had a nice little pop here, and then it retreated, and that didn't make me nervous. I saw this, and I said, this, I can understand this, because if you see it's moving along the ADMA, right, retreats back to the ADMA, and then goes back up again. So it went back up. Got over 29. I didn't exit at 29 because I said this looks like it's moving up nice and smooth. I waited and I got out at 34. So got in at 02, got out 34. So a nice 32-cent gain. Got out all my shares. Done for the day. I had a nice 2 winning trades, 1 bad trade that really I just managed poorly, and that was it. So you can see now it's moving back up, maybe getting back to the high of the day. It's who knows where it can go, but I'm done for the day. Also, if you look here, it's kind of starting to separate a little bit from this ADMA. I like when it's kind of moving up with it nice and consistently. So it might retreat back, but really, if I had taken 75% of my shares out, I would still be holding it right now and just putting a stop on right at my second target, or the top of my target range here at 42, and just let it go. And if it doesn't get much higher towards the end of the day, I'd exit. But if it came back and hit my stop at 42, hey, still a winning trade. So very, very happy with that. So again, this bouncing through VWAP scan. Eventually, at some point, I might make this available while during the day as I'm trading. I'm just not comfortable yet with live streaming as I'm trading, because it's too much to keep track of. So I might just live stream pre-market from here on out. But if you have any kind of scans that you're interested in, let me know. I can put them together. I'd definitely be interested what other people are looking for in terms of pre-market active stocks. So, but yeah, I hope everyone had a good trading day, and get back to me if any comments you got, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.